This week's YouTube video, we'll be looking at the upcoming England summer tour where they play Japan and New Zealand. They play Japan tomorrow in a one-match series and they play New Zealand later in the summer in a two-match series. So what do we expect from the England side? Last time out in their 2024 Six Nations campaign, they ended up being third. 3 wins and 2 losses, with the best of the rest behind Ireland and France. It was a mainly positive campaign with the team building form throughout the 5 games, eventually then beating the champions Ireland at Twickenham 23-22 and nearly turning over France in Paris, narrowly losing 33-31. So how did the England team start to build their identity? Borthwick's England has a number of different criteria to their identity. Firstly, they're a kick-heavy team. They use a mixture of both kicks to compete and attacking kicks. Alongside this, they focus on physical dominance in both attack and defence, and this sets the platform for the rest of the system. However, the new area of England's identity is the blitz umbrella defence. It's the appointment of Felix Jones. The English team has adopted the South African defensive style. This involves trying to force turnovers and win the ball back. So you can see this in a number of different clips here. Look to be aggressive off the line, off set pieces. They look to make them tackle in midfield. They look to beat the opposition round the corner and get into good areas so they can then fly off the line again. So Italy might have won the first contact here, but a good English defensive line looks to then get off the line hard and force an error. They then make a good positive tackle, which then allows them to get into good position to defend again. Once again, here they're looking to try and hold Italy before they can get the ball into these outside channels by shutting the attack down. Good attack here, though, from Italy, finds a space into the outside channel. This doesn't mean it's over for the English defence. Good English defence from Daly gets up, and inside press from the English forwards means they shut this attack down quite well. They're then set once again in a really good defensive line. With a lack of attacking options for Italy, they're then forced to kick the ball, which is a brilliant outcome for England. Although it's a good kick with space in the backfield and a good kick chase, once again, great defence from the England team forces the turnover as they're tackled in the touch. England's defence had a number of positive outcomes throughout the Six Nations campaign. So press from the outside here looks to catch the Ireland attack miles behind the game line. They look to make positive tackles with a hard press from Henry Slade here, pushes the Ireland attacker back onto the inside, but the rest of the England forward defence is ready to make positive tackles. As soon as a positive tackle is made behind the game line, they understand this break is an opportunity to attack to slow the ball down. So a lot of the forwards will hit the bread and just slow the ball. Another clip here with Italy in attack. You'll look at this and you think it's a great attacking opportunity for Italy, with numbers on feet and space in the outside channel. Have a great inside press and pressure from Henry Slade, captures the Italian attacker in the backfield. Italy look to keep the ball alive to play with some attacking intent, but watch Henry Slade's repeated efforts here. He gets back straight onto his feet and looks to be aggressive, making one tackle and making another attempted tackle. This England defence has forced the Italian attack back into their own half, where they will then kick the ball away, another positive outcome for the England defence. Another clip here where England make the tackle on edge. They see it's an attacking breakdown where they can look to attack with sending defenders into the option. This then provides an opportunity for the England defence to get set where they can then fly off the line and make a positive tackle behind the game line. Tackle being behind the game line then allows Mauro Itoje to attack this breakdown. He's able to attack this breakdown because the Italy attackers are unable to get round the corner and unable to clear him out, eventually into a penalty and 3 points being kicked for England. Great defensive outcome. Once again, here off the set piece, you can see defenders with Henry Slade and Elliot Daly looking to be really aggressive on that outside. A similar shape you'd seen a lot of attacking rugby with their one person at the back, one person hard. However, it's the England defence able to read it perfectly and make a tackle. With this being the case, it puts them under pressure. Ollie Chester then being an aggressive defender, once again making a really strong tackle behind the goal and putting Italy under pressure. England have put a defensive opportunity into an attack opportunity here, whereby putting Italy under a lot of pressure. Once again, a great defensive line. They're able to press really hard and they force this error here from this Italian attacking pod. Another brilliant defensive outcome. There's a number of clips like this in this Italian game. You'll see this once again here with that hard press from that outside, forcing another error, another turnover, another opportunity for the attack. Here it's a good England defence first up tackle from Fraser Dingwall in midfield. As this ball starts to move, they have to push it back onto the inside due to the outside press, which is where the rest of the England defences are. This allows them to make another positive tackle, just showing how this England system works. This sort of press from this inside with 4 England defenders ready to press up hard forces another defensive carry for this Italian attack. As they come round the corner here, you can see it's an attacking opportunity. But Danny Kelly does really well to fly out the line, being able to get in the passing channel and shut down the opportunity from getting into the outside channel and allowing his inside England defenders to make the tackle. Once again, late on the game here, it works perfectly for this defensive system. Henry Slade once again looking to break into that backfield of the Italian attack, forcing a poor pass, and that inside press once again for the rest of the England backs Forces Monty Ioane try and go on the outside, but a great tackle by Theo Boso to force the turnover. Off an edge here, it's perfectly set up for an Ireland attack. The pressure onto the first ball carrier forces a really poor pass from the Ireland attacker, however, and this then gives the opportunity and the green flag for the rest of the England defence to fly up on the outside. It forces them to make a poor carry, and the England attack then works really well round the corner, getting them set, slowing the breakdown down again. And this England defence is then able to get a nice flat line, and they're able to fly up off this line with a 5-on-5, a really positive opportunity for the England defence. Ben then attacks the breakdown and forces a turnover in the England penalty, an important part of the Ireland match. You can see this once again here from Henry Slade. However, this time the connections from the inside and the outside aren't quite correct. It puts Henry Slade into this sort of no man's land with a massive opportunity of space for the Ireland attack to go through. Ireland's attack execute this brilliantly, and this is an opportunity where it just shows there's a 3-on-2 on the outside, where Ireland's attack won't miss out and they will end up scoring in the corner here. So there's a number of opportunities that, although the England attack does work well at times, there are still some teething problems throughout this campaign. So you can see once again here in this Ireland game, Theo Boso looks to cut in hard and looks to shut down the opportunity. However, Furbank isn't quite connected with him, which just gives enough time for the Ireland backline to move the ball into the outside channel and ensure that James Lowe gets his second of the game, putting Ireland up in the last few minutes of the England game. Another one here, this off a transition, is a really hard time to defend. However, the England defence, although wanting to be aggressive, wants to try and continue that throughout the game. They find themselves in a position here with good spacing on the inside, however, poor spacing on the outside from Slade to the winger. When you'd find yourself in this situation, usually you'd look to drift and give the French attack 20 metres but make the tackle the outside channel. However, with England's attacking defensive system, Slade looks to make the tackle. He misses this opportunity to try and shut down the attack, which just means the French then into attacking territory. A great bit of French attack, and they execute really well, means they score. Another little lack of execution of the defensive system leads to a try being conceded. You'll see this once again here as the defensive line, Ollie Chesson decides to shoot out the defensive line, being aggressive. How he doesn't come with his teammates. He leaves connections on his inside. And a great delay of the pass puts through the hole. This one little defensive error puts the rest of the England defence on the back foot, forcing their forwards to have to track back. A little bit of luck and a little bit of fortune for the Italian attack eventually leads to the try, all from one little defensive error. You'll see this a number of times throughout the campaign. Once again, the same game here, the first game of the new system, a number of the England attackers are caught on the blind side, which means there's a lack of England defenders on the outside. And because Elliot Daly has this, he is unable to shut down the out-the-back option. The Italian attack is able to move into the outside channel. Once again, the England defenders, rather than going forward, are forced to track backwards, and it is an easy execution of attacking play for the Italian side, which allows them to score another try, showing that this defence wasn't quite tight throughout the Six Nations campaign. Later in the game, an opportunity here for the Italian attack with the England defence. Once again, one man shooting out of the line, not going as a group, allows just enough time for the option to come round the back for the Italian attack, whether they're able to execute a lot of space in the outside channel. Better execution here with an outside pass to the 15 in the winger might have resulted in another try for Italy, which may have changed the result of the match. So a number of teething problems still occurring for this England defence. One final one here in this first game against Italy shows where Monty Ioane scores. Later in the game, the England team is starting to fatigue, especially within the forward packs and Ethan Roots on the outside. A good positive tackle here behind the game line is a great start to the England defence. However, they have not got themselves set up well here, and pushing becomes an issue for the England attack as it's not as hard pressed as usual. There's a disconnection between Dingwall and Ethan Roots, which then creates a mismatch between the flank and the winger. Montuani uses great footwork, and a poor missed tackle from Dingwall here leads to Montuani then going the full length of the pitch and score a try. Another little error within the system, which leads to a try being conceded, which you saw throughout the whole campaign. This is for England defensive line is ready and set to go here. A little bit narrow on the outside channel with Theo Boso not quite being connected. As this ball is moved at the back to the Irish backs, they then just have enough time to get this pass away to Bundyaki. Bundyaki is forced to carry on the inside, have a number of missed tackles, then makes an impact to England defence. It forced them to be unable to attack the breakdown. Ireland then get really, really quick ball and look to play on top. With the England defence not being able to then go direct to the Irish attack, but having to go a little bit sideways, provides option at the outside. Great work here from Ellis Genge, though. Works really hard to shut down the option from being a 2-on-1 to create a 2-on-2 and a positive outcome for this England defence, making good tackle and forcing them to pass inside. So England's attack and what that has looked like. So England attack looks to be really direct and physically dominate a team off set piece. They look to use their big ball carriers here to attack the Irish fly half and look to create themselves go forward ball to then build off into the later phases. And you can see this a number of times throughout the Ireland game. Once again, another line out here just into the Irish half. They look to play off the top and they look to use Ollie Lawrence to create go forward ball. A good positive carry then allows the English forwards to come round the corner, beating the Irish defence and placing the Irish defence onto their heels, allowing them to make another positive carry, creating 10 metres, and then play off later in the game. Once again, the same sort of attack here comes from England. They work Jamie George around the corner. They have one person coming hard, with then Tommy Freeman just coming out the back, but once again looking to be really direct and take the attack to the Italian defence. They look to be play on top of the Italian defence as they're sat on their heels once again, with the England forwards working round the back as well and looking to beat them round the corner. You see it's a number of different phases. They do this exactly the same again with Sam Underhill carrying round the corner. It looks to carry another positive carry, placing the team on the front foot, creating another easy 10 metres by just physically dominating the team. Later in this Ireland game, they do a very similar setup. They look to give this ball here to Bennell just out the back of a hard line from Sam Underhill. This then puts the Irish tail under pressure with connections either side of him being a little bit poor, allowing Bennell and Ollie Lawrence to attack the holes. Another positive carry means they can get on the front foot. The main aim of this England team then is to try and get the ball into the outside channel and get to the edge before the Irish defence can. So great miss pass here from Henry Slade. Puts Tommy Freeman a little bit of space in the outside channel and they can beat Ireland to the edge. All it comes is from one really positive carry in midfield there. See, this comes to one of the tries later in the game against Ireland. They look to carry really hard into midfield, keeping the ball alive after a poor kick. Feo Aboso carries really hard, bringing that physical dominance to the England attack. They're then set perfectly to attack here, with a three-pod England formation as a forward pack, with options all off Jamie George, with George forward just out the back. It's pulled out the back, and then once again they look to be really direct with Maro Itoje and Sam Underhill looking to attack the space created. Sam Underhill does a brilliant job here of taking the contact and then getting his arms free, looking for the offload to find Maro Itoje, and simple hands then finds George Furbank in the corner. And it all comes from having that physical dominance over the opposition. We then look into the France game here being 16-3 down. They look to play off set piece, being really direct. A little bit of delay from Slade's passing with two options, either Ollie Lawrence or George Ford. However, we know where it's going. We know it's going to be direct. And it goes to Ollie Lawrence, who breaks a tackle and scores and brings England back into the game. Just into the second half in France here, they play off the top. Once again, a very similar play that we saw against Ireland, with Bennell and Ollie Lawrence looking to try and isolate one of the French defenders. It then gives them a nice positive carry. Once again, quick speed of ball allows England to get to the edge here, not allowing the French defenders to work around the corner. A good pass once again from Henry Slade in this opportunity puts Tommy Freeman into the outside channel where England have beaten them to the edge. They've created a nice, easy 20 metres in this situation here. They then look to play exactly on top again with the French defence on their heels, allowing them to stay on top of the opposition. They then look to play one more phase again here with Underhill and Itoje splitting the defender, splitting in Antonio, and they would be very direct and win that physical battle through the midfield. Like the clip earlier, Underhill manages to get his arms free after winning the contact. Bennell with some brilliant support means that he's then able to get really close to the try and here's some great cover French defence, forcing England to score a couple of phases later. Once again, brilliant set piece from England, and they did the exact same thing. They looked to tip the ball to Bennell against a very on the heels French defence. Bennell, being the big physical ball carrier, breaks the gap, makes that contact, which then he's able to make a brilliant pass away from Smith, who then beats the final defender. This is ideal English attack. One final time against France, they showed this a number of times. They look to be really direct. Three options here off Danny Kerr means that the French defence doesn't know who's getting the ball, but they're all going to be direct and look to get England on the front foot. Manu Tuolangi in this instance, who we won't see in the summer tour, gives England the front football. The French are then unable to work around the corner, and England win that race around the corner. They do this a number of times before George Ford wants the ball and wants the ball in the outside channel. So here we are, Maro Itoje wins another physical contact, putting England on the front foot. Then George Ford pulls the trigger, a lovely bit of attacking rugby there with some great hands, puts in Tommy Freeman in the corner as England beat France to an edge. A big part of this England attack all comes from set piece dominance. So you can see a number of these clips where England gain penalties from their set piece. Their line-out and their score has been massively improved under Steve Borthwick, and it sets the platform for the England attack. It allows them to play in the right territory, allows them to turn the scoreboard over by George Ford kicking the points. We'll look at Marcus Smith and Finn Smith within the summer tour looking to keep the points going and keep England within the games. You can see the set piece dominance just provides England with that platform to allow for the rest of their attack and the rest of their defence to do the rest of the job. And you can see by forcing turnovers as well, provides great opportunity to create transition ball with the elusive runners that England's backline does have, great opportunity for them to attack. Finally, the one area of England's attack is also their kicking game. It's a massive part of Steve Borthwick's attack, and they use it in a number of different scenarios. We look at mainly attacking kicks here, where they look to find space in behind like Ollie Lawrence does there, trying to force errors and trying to force opportunities like this. And you'll see a number of times when an advantage is given to the England attack, they look to then put boot onto ball, which although a number of the English fans didn't like as they were not allowing their England team to attack quite as much, it provides a great opportunity to put the opposition under pressure. A great nudging by Henry Slade puts the French defence under pressure. Marcus Smith forces a tackle and forces them to go into the corner. Once again, an advantage given in here, they look to take that kick over the top, which didn't quite work. This will be something they'll be looking to improve a little bit throughout the game, so I don't think they quite nailed their kicking tactic throughout the Six Nations campaigns. They'll be looking to use it a little bit better, especially in these situations here when they create opportunities, they round the corner, doesn't quite execute this. And another one here when they find Tommy Freeman on the outside channel here, puts boot to ball, but isn't quite able to recover the ball so you can score the try. So they'll look to improve a little parts of their kicking game, so they're not just quite giving possession away, they're looking to retain it and using that kicking game to immaculate effect. So how will England look to improve from last time in the Six Nations campaign? Firstly, their defensive discipline. You can see a lot of penalties which nullify the defensive system, so they were the team making the errors rather than forcing them. As well as this, the defensive system itself showed a number of teething problems and conceding easy tries. It also showed a glimpse of how positive and effective it can be, so they'll look to make this more prevalent within their games. Finally, they'll look to continue the upward trajectory of both the set piece and the physicality dominance, which is essential for their attack. They'll look to marry this up with the ability to move the ball into the outside channel after plays, a number of attacking kicks, and great opportunities to win the games and to win all three games coming up. And they'll hope to have a number of positive moments just like this from the Six Nations, where Marcus Smith kicked a last-minute drop goal to beat Ireland at Twickenham as they look to take on New Zealand, one of the best rugby teams in the world.